Hey YouTube, this is Seth McDonald, and I am back with another talk video of today. Basically, no, I was kind of watching like some of the old kung fu movies last night. Um, like 9 out of 10. You know it's all Hollywood, you know it's all fake, but people get enjoyment out of it because it gives us something to do. It gives us something to watch. Um, let's say if you're wanting a humor, comedy, martial arts movie, Jackie Chan is the main one. Or if you um, want serious martial art movies, I would suggest Bruce Lee's or Jet Li's or Donnie Yen's movies, or even Chow Yun Fat movies. He's pretty much serious too in his. Um, but when it comes to martial art movies um, of today, today's time, um, anymore martial art movies don't even really have a story to it. Like they did back then in the 80s and the 90s era. Nowadays, martial art movies, all they ever have is going around hurting people, killing each other with guns and all that. It's martial art. It's not about that. The movie world is betraying what martial art is for. That's the reason why a lot of younger kids nowadays they get confused what's real and what's fake. When it comes to martial art movies and stuff like that. Most people believe that, oh yeah, you can use chi to push your opponent back without even touching. Um, no, you can't. And it's like, I'm sorry, that's fake. That's all fake. Um, that's only like in Star Wars or um, off in a fantasy world. Most of the time, most martial art movies are made up. And now there are some are based on true stories, and sometimes when they do a true story in a movie that is based on martial arts, sometimes I think they get a little carried away with some of the scenes, like jumping jumping in the air, being able to fly in the air, and stuff like that. And come on, that ain't real. I'm sorry, that's not real. People don't fly in the air, unless you have some type of mystical powers, or if you're a superhero or something, and could be able to do it. Uh, Sometimes I just think they just go a little too far in their scenes when they end up doing martial art movies. Um, but there are some movies that I do really like. Um, I want to say probably the best um, martial art movie that I ever seen that made it more real, made it more up to date. Didn't have no flying in it and everything. Didn't have no like a 5 minute jump that lasts 1 minute in the air. No, I don't know if you heard it. Donnie Yen, he made um, the movie called Flashpoint. It's an MMA movie. It's a mixed martial art movie, but he plays as a cop and he's going around tracking down the triads and the Chinese triads and everything. Uses his MMA style that he uses um, in martial arts. Um, I really liked it, even though it was a movie, but it had a good storyline to it. Plus, it didn't have none of that flying around stuff in it, and it had a point behind it. It had a story behind it. Even though it wasn't true, based on a true story, but it still had a point behind it. Most movies that I like, I like movies that have a point behind it. If they don't have a point behind it, like on the storyline, what's it about, or you know, like what is the purpose of the movie, um, or if the acting sucks in it, then I'll turn the dang thing off. But if I end up watching something that's good and more entertaining, then I would end up you doing. I end up watching that movie and watch it all the way through. Um, but the thing of it is, there are some good martial art movies out there, and there are some bad ones, and I cannot explain anything else. Ideally, as the time goes on, as movie making and all that, times has changed and everything else on how they do it. Back then, I honestly think they made it more real than what they do today. Back then, they made it where uh, even though they had a sound whooping in the face or the hollering and screaming when they fight back then, and plus they flew in the air. I didn't care too much for that part. I kind of ignored that part. To me, what I look for is like how well of a fighter they are in the movie, or how well of an actor they are. You know, say, hey, do I like this actor or do I not like it? Or do I like this? Am I gonna like this movie because it's an older movie, or what? But 9 out of 10, I'm not gonna end up watching a movie that I'm not gonna like. Um, or if it's just too slow, too boring, and I can't really get into it, then another thing is I would say no, I wouldn't watch it. If it was too slow and if it was making me tired, making me sleepy, and I'll just turn it off and do something else. And that's just how I am. And with any movie, if I don't like the movie that I'm seeing, my mind will just go somewhere else and, basically want to do something else. It's like there are times that there are some movies that I can't really get into. There are some movies that I can't get into. But it's like, I'm a movie fan. I'm a huge movie fan, especially of action. Um, Action movies and some comedy movies. I'm not really a whole lot on comedy, but mostly action. That's my genre. That's what I like on martial art movies. I like anything that has to do with martial art movies, fighting, um, gunfighting in martial arts movies, sword fighting. Basically, I love martial art movies. If if it's just action, yeah, it's gotta have a good plot behind it. But when it comes to uh, just going around hurting each other in the movies, then uh, I don't really get into those. I'm 9 out of 10. Um, I'll sit there and watch it. Don't get me wrong, but um, would I like it? Probably not. And so basically, I just want to do this video and basically let you all know that what I think about um, today's martial art movies and today's and the past martial art movies and some of the actors that I think are good in some movies today and some of the past. Now, the number one past movie that I do think that are number one still to this day are Bruce Lee movies. Um, it's like he always had a good storyline. Basically, being a loner in his movies, a lone warrior in his movies. He always had a story behind it. He always had a meaning behind it. Uh, why he's in the movie and stuff like that. I like movies like that. Kind of like Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai. You know, it had a plot behind it, which was a good movie. It's about the Book of the Five Rings. I knew what it was about the minute I first watched it. And so, yeah, so if it has a good story plot and a good movie, and if it's a good movie and stuff, um, I would watch it. But other than that, um, I basically decided, you know, I'm trying to compare like the old and the new, and some of the newer stuff is okay, but like sometimes has anything go a little too far with the fighting, especially the gunfights. After gunfight scenes, nobody can't shoot that perfect in a movie. It's like I'm sorry, nobody can't shoot that perfect in a movie or in real life, unless if you've done a lot of target practicing, or if you're a military or whatever. If you're trained to do that, then yeah. But in real life, no, you can't. And that's all I gotta say. It's all fake on movies, but people get entertainment out of them, and that's the thing. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it's not much to talk about in this video, but I wanted to do a talk video for today. What I thought of some of the newer movies and some of the older movies. Um, so I'll talk to you all later on this beautiful Sunday morning, and or Sunday at whatever time it is in your day in your part of the neck of the woods. I hope you all enjoy this talk video. Um, Other than that, stay in shape, be yourself. Don't let nobody tell you anything different, what you like and what you don't like, and what to do with your life. You only make that choice. And that's all I gotta say. And basically, God bless you all and have a wonderful day. Peace.